Look at this! Do you guys recognize this mean mug right here? Do you know who this is? It's Pele, goddess of fire and volcanoes. And here's Nagandi, the Earth Balancer. Wait a minute, I recognize these guys. This must mean that we are in the Enchanted Tiki Garden here at Walt Disney's original Enchanted Tiki Room. And that also means that this must be the Sometimes Vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes. Welcome everybody to Tiki Day at Disneyland. Tiki Day? Tiki Day, not Tiki Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. That's not the reason I'm wearing this shirt. It's because it's Tiki Day. Much like Dapper Day, people have now officially made their own unofficial day at Disneyland called Tiki Day. It's been going on for quite a while, and every year, well, every time it happens, I get invited to come to Tiki Day at Disneyland. People put on their best Hawaiian and tropical attire. Girls come in crazy vintage dresses and vintage outfits. The guys are wearing trilby hats, and everybody's looking kind of dapper, but in a more exotic, tiki-like fashion. I've never actually made it to Tiki Day and worn tiki stuff. Every year I miss it, and I think, okay, next year I'm gonna get it, next year I'm gonna get it. Well, today I got up and I had to replace my iPhone. The camera's been having some issues. If you've been watching Periscope or anything like that, you'll have known. My camera was having some focus issues, blah, 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 blah. So I had to go to the Apple store and wait in line for hours and hours and hours because the only appointments available were for a week from now when I'd be at Walt Disney World. And I knew I had to fix the problem before then anyway. Long story short, by the time I got down here to Disneyland, I had completely forgotten about Tiki Day, and I was wearing nothing but a gray V-neck shirt. It was un-tiki, and it was unacceptable, so I went all the way home and came back wearing this fine tiki shirt given to me by a Hawaiian family from Hawaii called the Keanus. So thank you, Keanus, for this shirt that's helping me rock out on Tiki Tuesday. Look at over here. Look at Rongo. His land is so good to him, isn't it? Look at this. So I'm just enjoying the porch of the Tiki Room, or the lanai as it's called, and the Enchanted Tiki Garden. And all of our Tiki friends like Maui here. Look at him. Look at him spitting into that thing. Wow. He tamed the playful sun, don't you know? There's the sun right up there. He tamed and roped and completely humbugged. Let's go out of the Enchanted Tiki Gardens and filling up the pool. Oh, there's Porto over there. Sound of drums used to come right out of his head. But now they have new speakers and new wonderful things. Look at, welcome everybody back to Adventureland. The sound you're hearing is Paint the Night Parade is coming that way, and Fantasmic is over here. So Disneyland is quite loud and quite crazy this Sunday night here in, what is it, still September, the very, very end of September, the end of summer. Hey, how's it going, man? I love you, man. That's awesome, thank you. I love you too. The end of September, the end of summer, winding down at Disneyland just before I make my way out to Walt Disney World. Anyway, I went all the way home about, well, you gotta walk to the car, so that takes about 30 minutes, and then another 20 or 30 minutes to get to my house through traffic. I grabbed the shirt, and then all the way back, and I parked, and I got out of the car, and I walked all the way back down towards Disneyland when I realized that I had forgotten my phone charger. I spend quite a lot of time here at night, and I'm periscoping, and I'm Instagramming, I'm doing all kinds of things like sometimes vlogs, and so I always have charging. The charger! I plug them into here and I plug that into my phone, and then my phone stays nice and juiced up. Well, I forgot it in the car, so I had to walk all the way back up and up to the roof of the parking garage, and the escalators were broken, and walk all the way up the stairs. I got the charger and came all the way back down and did all this stuff. And then by the time I started, there were parades, there were all kinds of things, and so it took quite a while to get this vlog off the ground. But here's the thing, I was not gonna miss another Tiki Day. Even though I didn't get to film for Random Land or anything, because I got the Disney World trip coming up, and I knew I was never gonna get it on Random Land, I was not going to miss it. It appears as if by this time of night, almost 11 o'clock, it appears as if almost all of the Tiki people have more or less gone home. There's a few Hawaiian shirts mixed into the crowd here and there, but most of the dapper, well-dressed ladies in their heels and their exotic hairdos and their makeup have gone home. So I've kind of missed the opportunity to vlog Tiki Day in all its finery. But look it, I said I was gonna win that gold participation ribbon if it killed me, and I did. I earned every dollar of that prize money that they don't pay. Oh, here's some Tiki people. Look at this.
I was just talking about Tiki Day. You guys are looking very Tiki-ish and Halloween themed at the same time.
And Bronco-ish.
Look at that, Bronco-ish, Bronco Tiki. That's amazing, look at that. So there's all kinds of people who are decked out in various Hawaiian shirts. Some of them are less Hawaiian than others. There was a football example right there. Pretty crazy. Anyway, it's a wonderful day. I met this lady right here in Adventureland earlier with these crazy pendants. People wearing crazy tiki pendants, doing all kinds of stuff. But for me, this is one of those days where you just can't get rid of a bomb. You guys ever watch the old 1966 Batman movie? And he's running around, he's trying to get rid of that. Just Google, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Just Google it. Watch the clip. It'll change your life even if you haven't seen the movie. Maybe one of the funniest things that's ever happened. That's the sound of Fantasmic back there. Fantasmic is soon going away. As you may have heard, for Star Wars Land construction as of January 11th, Fantasmic will go away. I guess it's not really that soon. There's several months of Fantasmic left. I Periscope Fantasmic all the time, by the way. So if you're not following me on Periscope, check out Periscope, live streaming app. You do that. Anyway, I did it. I made it for Tiki Day. I got the iPhone replaced. I fly to Walt Disney World in less than 48 hours. I'll be on an airplane on my way to Orlando, Florida to do all kinds of crazy stuff. So there's going to be, just like last time, a ton of vlogs, Periscopes, Instagram, Snapchat, and of course, this time, thankfully, Random Land filming. So even though I didn't get to do the crazy Run Wild Tiki Day vlog I was intending to get, it's okay, it's fine. That is the sound of the pirate ship from Fantasmic. If you've never seen Fantasmic, what are you doing? Google it, watch it. It's crazy, it's a wonderful thing. Come to Disneyland and see it before it goes away. Not permanently, but before it goes away for a while they close Rivers of America next year. Whew, I just need to take a breath and calm down. This has been one of those crazy, anxious days. First, I was running around trying to get the phone fixed so I can make sure that I have it for vlogs, Snapchat, Instagram, and all that kind of stuff at Walt Disney World. And then I was stuck in the mall for, I think, 3 or 4 hours while I was waiting to get in and get the phone replaced and all that. I got it all replaced for free. Everything's fine now. It's all working. It's all in working order as far as I can tell. And then I had to go back and get a bunch of stuff ready, and then I came down here to meet people. Like I said, I went back for the whole shirt thing. I'm pretty dedicated when it came. Hey, I wasn't gonna let anybody say that I Tiki failed today, okay? I Tiki failed at first, but I unfailed the Tiki fail. Anyway, today's been a really weird, anxious day. Any of you ever get like anxiety, like you just get anxiety for no reason? I think it's all the stress, or like the trip. I got a bunch of stuff that happened in my personal life this week, a bunch of stuff to friends. I don't know if I've talked about that much in the vlogs, but I talked about it some on Periscope. There's some stuff with some family members of mine. 2 of my really, really close friends have had relatives die. Today, while I was at the mall waiting for the iPhone, I ran into a person that I really did not expect to see. Not my ex or anything like that, but just somebody that I didn't expect to see, that I haven't seen in a while, that I haven't seen since some bad circumstances. So it's really just like this awkward, weird thing. Not my bad circumstances, but somebody else's. Just this awkward, weird day where a bunch of weird stuff kept happening, but also a bunch of really cool stuff. The iPhone people were very friendly. Shout out to the guy Brandon from the Apple store who totally helped me out, because one of you guys actually was like, hey, my friend is there, my YouTube friend Justin Scard is there, can you help him out? And then I met a lot of people here, really, really nice, wonderful people, but I don't know why today. I think it's the trip looming and all the work that I want to get done, and hoping that I can accomplish it, and the weather and the crazy stuff and just all this crazy stuff going on has led to just this sort of like a hum in the back of your mind of just a little bit of stress and anxiety. So I think I'm going to take it as easy as I possibly can for the rest of the night and enjoy Tiki Day. Look at this, I'm all by myself. It's one of those weird days where all this positive stuff happens, not too much negative stuff happens, but you get to the end of it and you're tired. You just sort of feel all this anxiety and you feel this weight. You ever get like that where you just, for whatever reason, you should be just totally fine, but there's just like all this weight, like this heaviness on you, like heavy-hearted about things. And it's weird because I turned to talk to somebody about it. I tried to coax Tyler out of his hole, and everybody else that I want to talk to is busy and has other things on their mind or other things to do, you know, through no fault of their own. But there's this weird moment earlier where I turned to talk to somebody, just like I was feeling really stressed out, and there was nobody there. It was a little bit lonely, I gotta be honest with you. I like to be honest in the vlogs, I like to be honest about my life, I like to be honest about the quest for positivity. I'll tell you, it was one of those moments where you're like, oh,
There's plenty of people in my life who care about me, and believe me, I know a lot of you guys care about me. I know there's plenty of people I could turn to in a metaphorical, larger sense, but I turned and there was really no one there, and I couldn't think of anyone that I would want to like immediately reach out to or anything. And it was this weird, lonely moment where strangers were saying hello to me and saying how much they love the videos, which was really cool and nice. But it did not penetrate down to this layer of like, man, I'm really like kind of stressed out. I don't even know what about. It's just one of those weird nights. So I think I'm gonna take it a little easy and get ready for the trip. I've been getting ready for the trip by gathering things and getting supplies ready and stuff like that. Some research, but a lot of it is gonna have to be done on the fly because Florida has been raining quite a bit, as Florida tends to do. It always rains there, and other crazy stuff has been happening. They have special events and different stuff. So like I said, people ask, which random land videos are you going to try and film there? I have a list of things that I want to try and accomplish, but I don't want to say what they are and then fail, so I'm keeping that to myself for now. But we'll have to see what we can accomplish. I definitely know we're going to have some good times though on the vlogs and everything else. I'm looking a lot forward. That's weird. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I really am. But in the interim, in the meantime, I've been quite stressed. Lots of stress, my personal life especially, just my personal relationships and things like that. Just lots of stress. Familial relationships, friendships, and seeing my friends go down. I've had a lot of friends this week call me and be like, hey man, I need to tell you this stressful thing. And so I've had my own stress, and then on top of that, I've had people coming to me with their stress. It's just added up to this, wow, really stressful situation. So tonight, I'm going to walk around and take a little bit of a breather, do some periscoping, and talk to you guys. But it is Tiki Day here, so if you haven't heard of Tiki Day, I'm told it's big on Facebook, and that's why I forget. Because on Facebook, I'm a page, but I'm not a person. I don't have a personhood on Facebook. I don't have a regular Facebook profile. Hello. Look at this. Let me show you guys this. The Exotic Imports booth here in Adventureland has a couple of things. Look at this tiki right here hiding on the wall. Look at that little souvenir style tiki hiding on the wall. And over here, look at these guys, huh? Sporting the signs for the Fiji apple, Chris. You recognize these? These are the guys that hold Maui's pipe when it leaks its water. And over here's another tiki. Oh no, he's got a pineapple on his head. He must really be a fan of the Dole Whips. Perhaps he is the idol of the Dole Whip. You throw me the idol, I throw you the Dole Whip. Wait, that's not how it goes. Something like that, though. It's something like that. Anyway, weird night. Weird night for me. But I did make it. I am actually proud of myself that I made it down here. Do you know what, though? I probably should have just bought one of these shirts. We're going to pretend I didn't notice or say that. But it's just been a stressful day. It's been one of those stressful days. And for no reason. Kind of one of those high anxiety days where you just gotta breathe and go with the flow. Quest for positivity style. You just gotta be grateful for the things you're grateful for. Think of the things you are grateful for. There's, like I said, there's nothing particular bothering me. Just one of those sort of anxious, crazy days. But I did make it to Tiki Day. Super stoked. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. I was forgetting that there was what you can't see sometimes on the other side of the camera is as I was walking forward, there's this giant group of people who all turned and stared at me. It threw me off for a second. But Facebook. I don't have a Facebook page or profile. I have a Facebook page, so I very rarely use Facebook at all. But Tiki Day is supposedly very big on Facebook, so if you go to Facebook and look up Tiki Day, I'm sure you'll find it. Like the page or whatever, you can find out more about Tiki Day. I'm sure they posted all kinds of crazy pictures. I posted a lot of pictures today on Instagram and other things. But speaking of tikis, and speaking of the tikis out there, that exotic import, or tropical import, excuse me, tropical import store over here was once a booth run by the Headley family. Eli Headley, Google it, Eli Headley, H-E-D-L-E-Y. Eli Headley was one of the original godfathers and founders of the whole tiki thing, where he came up with a lot of the decor for Polynesian restaurants, etc. He was the original beachcomber. I had the pleasure of meeting his grandson, who's a guy called Bamboo Ben. If you Google Bamboo Ben, he does all kinds of tropical decor. I think he's done work for Disney. I definitely know he's done work for people at Pixar and all kinds of private homes and crazy stuff, building tropical decor. The tiki world is like this really small, intricate world.
So it's super cool, and it was even more of a bummer when I showed up late to Tiki Day without any Tiki clothing and saw all these people I knew, all these familiar Tiki faces, and went, oh no. So in celebration of Tiki Day, if you want some more Tiki information or a little Tiki history, if you want to go full Tiki and you've never seen it before, I did a Random Land video called The Real Life Tiki Room. I think it's called The Real Life Tiki Room, The Wonders and History of Oceanic Arts. My throat is really dry. So go over to youtube.com/livefastdivepoor or Google Oceanic Arts, OCEANIC, Oceanic Arts History Random Land, and you will see a really cool Random Land about 2 of the men who basically helped to facilitate the huge Tiki boom in the 1950s. A lot of information about Tiki stuff. Now that I've said all that, now that I've let you know a little bit about me and my day and kind of how weird it was and just weirdly frustrating. I think, you know what it is? It might be with the anxiety thing, honestly. You ever notice if you go on vacation or you get through, you have a big task, a big test coming up, and sorry, it's dark right here, but we just have to deal with it. And it's getting louder, I know, but listen. You ever have like something big happen and then you fight and you fight and fight, and as soon as you relax, you get sick, you get the cold or something? I think it was kind of like that today because I was waiting in that Apple Store line for hours and hours and hours. I was so patient and good-humored about it. It might be just that it's all built up from now, all that patience. Anyway, Fantasmic is going away for construction. So why not let's take a look at the little bit of Fantasmic that is probably the best bit, the dragon! Like me at the dentist. Alright, subscribe you guys. Visit livefastdivepoor.spreadshirt.com and all that other good stuff. Check the links below in the description. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye!
I am Kennedy, goddess of fire and volcanoes. Some say I torment Pornagendi, the earth balancer. For when my violent temper rises, the earth trembles on its foundation.
Legends say I'm balancing the earth, but sad to say, I'm just hanging on.
I'm the one who's really sad. When I smile, it comes out mad.